Black Lives Matter. There are a lot of thugs.
I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that? They'd be carried out on a stretcher.
The president approvingly retweeted this video of one of his supporters.
A horrific scene in Charlottesville, Virginia, a white nationalist rally that descended into deadly violence and chaos.
I think there's blame on both sides. Very fine people on both sides.
Folks, that is just the opening 30 seconds of a blistering new anti-Trump ad that I have for you all today, covering Donald Trump's entire violent, hate-ridden history towards the African-American community. And as you've already seen, I cannot even show you all of this video in its entirety because of how disturbing some of the actual news footage from events involving Donald Trump and his supporters is. So I'm going to do my best to break down this ad and share what I can with you while still adhering to the content guidelines here on YouTube, but even with that said, viewer discretion is highly advised. And I'll continue playing the ad here in just a second, but credit where credit is due. This incredibly damning and painful but poignant reminder of the damage this man will bring not only to our country but our fellow citizens comes to us courtesy of this organization, Brave New Films. And I'll link to them down below, but I gotta say, with Trump threatening to jail even his political opponents, a video this damning and disturbing about Trump is already brave as hell, and it provides a comprehensive history of all of Donald Trump's demonic stances, starting with race.
He has pulled one of the great cons in the history of politics.
He could have been born in Kenya.
A lot of people do not think it was an authentic certificate.
I'm starting to wonder myself whether or not he was born in this country.
I was the one that got him to produce the birth certificate. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black. I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln.
Donald Trump, he's made it clear throughout his life that he believes black people are inferior.
The Department of Justice accused the Trumps of violating the Fair Housing Act, arguing they were turning away renters based on race and color.
Donald Trump took out $85,000 in ads in the New York City newspapers calling for the execution of minors who at that point had not even gone to trial.
I hate these people, and let's all hate these people.
He has said on multiple occasions that he doesn't want black people involved in the counting of his money or involved in the running of his world.
He is a tried and true, dyed-in-the-wool racist.
In Trump's head, you can't be a person of color and an American.
And then leading into probably most disturbingly, in the part I can show the least of, his history with regard to policing.
I would do stop and frisk.
A violent confrontation on a New York City street that ends with one man, a black man, dead.
He just took me out the car, searched the car, asked where are the guns, where are the weapons and the drugs.
This is my license. I'm a pharmacist, right? But I get stopped all the fucking time. And because of that, I have to show this.
Stop and frisk. Very simple. You stop them and you frisk them.
President Trump plans to sign an executive order that will reverse an Obama-era policy which currently restricts local police from getting military-style guns and equipment.
Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up!
Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask.
For any idiots like, I don't know, most of the Republican Party touting how Trump will be a boon to the economy, the ad also addresses that null point in aggressively adamant fashion, with emphasis on his impact on the economics of black Americans.
Wages too high. We have to leave it the way it is.
I worked at fast food for over 30 years, and I had to support my kids off of that money. Minimum wage is still $7.25.
It's rough. Gotta work 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet. You have to decide whether you're going to eat or pay your bills.
Look at how well the black community has been doing under this administration.
efforts to save small business from the impacts of the pandemic have largely missed Black-owned companies.
When I applied for the PPP, we didn't get any help.
The big companies, they didn't have to wait. They got their money. They started spending it immediately. People like me were still waiting.
Great for small businesses, great for the workers.
The Trump administration has done more to shape the courts in just one term than any other president in recent history.
Trump has confirmed 203 federal judges, and of that number, 8 have been black.
Trump judges have suspended affirmative action programs like the Fearless Funds grant for black women in tech, ruled against plaintiffs in housing discrimination cases, supported racially gerrymandered voting maps, blocked the EPA from enforcing environmental justice regulations, leaving communities like Cancer Alley in Louisiana without any protections.
Cancer Alley, the stakeholders are 92% black.
It's black people who are suffering the brunt of all the ill effects of this petrochemical industry. We don't benefit anything from it.
We are the sacrifice zone.
The vote. You should go into Detroit, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and you should go into some of these places, and we got to watch those votes.
Donald Trump said there was rampant fraud. He didn't say it was happening everywhere. He said it's happening in Detroit, Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Fulton County, Georgia, Maricopa County, Arizona, Harris County, Texas, large urban centers with large populations of color. The thing that rhetoric is being used to justify are racially discriminatory voting policies, policies that make it harder for voters of color to vote.
There is a definite anti-white feeling in the country right now. That's what he said. You know, nobody in your family was hung. Nobody in your family was chased because of the color of their skin. How dare you? There's no anti-white issue here. You are perpetrating anti-humanist issues here.
You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. I got indicted a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time. That's why the black people like me. We've all seen the mugshot. And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. I'm being indicted for you, the black population. Kamala, they always say Kamala. And all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black. Would you rather have the black president or the white president? I think they want the white guy. Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Racism. The least racist. I am the least racist person there is anywhere in the world. My favorite color is black.
An incredibly powerful message from Brave New Films, whose mission is to champion social justice issues by using a model of media, education, and grassroots volunteer involvement that inspires, empowers, motivates, and teaches civic participation and makes a difference. And that, folks, is something we can get behind here at Really American. So please show them your support as you do here. Drop a like on the video if you agree, and share this far and wide so people can see who Donald Trump really is. Thanks for watching, folks. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you in the next one.